It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the Lions and the Packers coming up next.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason, has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And led out by the rookie. Expectations high here as he's making his first NFL start.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap down, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So here are the Packers now with great starting field position. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Here we go. Start.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Ready.
Now Geno. Now quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Geno down to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So 0 for 2 throwing the football and a very quick 3-and-out to start the game.
Look, stats are going to be decided as the game goes on, but bottom line is that's not the quick start that every team looks for when they begin a game.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Packers are off to So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game?
And this is going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, Barbara, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Smith. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Pierce will try to pick it up. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive. Because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Ready?
On 1st down, it's Smith. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern.
And he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Hey, hey, stop.
He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Drop those quick. Drop. No. Ready.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. The tackle there by Broadway Diggs.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left it no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
2nd and 9 now. He's got it. And in for the Lions touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell from 10 yards out. And the Lions have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it again with Barkley. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And that leads to a Green Bay first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. A 1st down carry for Barkley. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
2nd down and goal. Smith to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Smith on 3rd and goal. And it's time to shot the pickup. It's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jerry Jeudy from 8 yards out, and the Packers have regained the lead.
What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me?
I'm wearing hockey pants.
And that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Taking it about the 1. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He got back on track after 2 early interceptions with a touchdown pass on the last drive. And now they'll start here again, 1st down. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Now Gino on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 50, it's Smith. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Ready?
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Out quickly to Judy. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Barkley, inside handoff. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2nd and 5 now. Smith. And that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Open man is Ayuk, complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go.
Here's Smith. Touchdown, Packers. Dawson Knox, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Yeah, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. On the return, Hardy. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll kick things off up at FedEx Field, an NFC battle between Carolina and Washington. And they have just about gone to halftime with the Panthers out on top. Antonio Gibson with a couple of touchdowns there. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have the control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Now Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamar Chase, 68 yards. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. On the ball, on the ball. Ready?
Smith. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Smith. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Reload!
Now back to throw. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Going for it with Pierce. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, smash Bronco!
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Geno now to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Smith on 1st down. To Barkley on the check down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw now on first down. And one more time, here's Kirk. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. Finds his man on the out route. It's Chenault. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Ready, set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Packers get set to go. And we essentially have a brand new ball game after that last field goal.
Why am I pausing?
We brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Now Gino on first down. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. T.J. Watt From that outside linebacker spot, gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Gino. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Coup for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Packers ready to take over offensively. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Being chased out left.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So the Packers down on the scoreboard. Just over 2 minutes to go.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning.
Mustang 19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Smith. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Alert! Alert! Hey! Hey! Bronco switch! Bronco switch!
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Another carry for Pierce.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Hardy set to return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. He's got a man complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envisioned the start of the season, kneeling it down. Defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Detroit, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another road test next.